The Wi-Fi just went off. Okay, are we back? Guys, please do check. Okay, where are the teams? So so sorry guys about that. The light just went off and the Wi-Fi went off and we just disconnected from the stream, but we are back again. Okay, meanwhile we are waiting for the teams. Okay, so hello guys, we are back again. Sorry about that. We had some internet issues since the light went off and my Wi-Fi just got cut off. But we are back again, and with me, I have my whole commentator Quentin. So we will be doing the casting tonight. So hello,
Hello,
Quentin.
hello, everyone. And tonight, this match is between Carnage and OnlyFans. Before the draft starts, is there anything important to tell our viewers?
Let's announce after this match.
Okay, then viewers, stay tuned as we
Butterflies
will have an
born
important
by thy
announcement
wish,
after
guided
this match.
by lantern's
But
light.
as we come in straight to the draft, we already see that Zushin gets banned out for the side of the blue team. What do you think would be a proper prior ban coming in from the side
Sand
of
rises
Carnage?
when I give the word.
Okay, I was about to tell that the Khalid or the Phobius, but they gone with the Phobius ban. Okay, yeah, I mean the Khalid ban since it's a highly picked hero right now.
Indeed, the Khalid and the Phobius, they go head to head. They're known to be good lane matchups. The Phobius is known to actually counter the Khalid in pro play. So it's going to be interesting what OF have to ban out over here. I see there are a lot of heroes that are still
I am the priestess of
available, and they
primal
decide to take
lightning,
out
the hunter
Edith.
of
Any
all the
thoughts
evil
on that?
gods.
Yeah, since it's a good ban since it can be flexed in the EXP, in the Rome and the gold position. So that's a good ban.
And especially knowing that flex heroes are
The
available, it's
Immortal One
very
chose me to vanquish the shadows
decent of
that
them to actually
plague
just
this
take out
world.
that flex potential, don't give the teams that flexibility to actually pick and choose which lane they want to go to. Whereas for the side of Carnage, they are banning out the Shoyo, which is known to be a very good jungler right now. He is pretty versatile, a lot of dashes here and there, and a huge burst damage coming in.
Yeah, show you with that unexpected skills coming from here and there. It is very annoying and very hard to catch, so that's
Always on the
good
way.
ban.
Yeah, we do have the Matilda
Who
getting
said
banned
there
out
are no
by
shortcuts in life?
OnlyFans
I
and
literally
Carnage
invented
taking
one.
no risk. They do ban away the chip. What do you think of the Matilda this meta? Who us
Matilda
being roamers ourselves? Yeah,
Matilda is really very high mobility hero since
I am
even
not
with
the
that
only
high
one
mobility she
bound
can
by
even
these
rotate faster
chains.
and help the team to rotate faster, so it's a good hero to lock in. So
indeed. And with that, OnlyFans they do first pick the Phobius, which is going around to be a very good EXP laner currently in this meta. It does cancel out most of the heroes with the dash and he also does really well, especially in lane with that sustainability and with that new skill set that he has been given. Let's see what Carnage have to respond.
Fleeting as a snowflake's
okay,
breath,
Aurora
as
and the
timeless
Alice
as
is
a
also still
glacier's
open if
heart.
they want to go for it.
The Aurora over here. Let's see what they pair it up with. Will they pick a roam or another EXP instead?
Them
It
play
seems
the
like
hero.
they decide
I
to
will
go
be the
Yuzhong.
truth
Any
this
thoughts on
world
the Yuzhong
desperately
Phobius
needs.
matchup, brother?
Okay, Yuzong and Phobius matchup. I think Phobius will win this matchup. What do you say, Quentin?
The early game might be a little bit tight for the Yuzhong as such, but I mean for the Phobius as such, but overall when it comes to team fights, the Phobius has a lot of priorities to actually just control and zone the opponent team. So it all comes down to how Carnage wants to play around the Black Dragon form coming in from their
It's
EXP
not
laner.
every day you see such a handsome
Okay.
dragon
And
tamer
now with
like
that
me.
link pick,
Link and the Ruby pick.
the Ruby Aurora combo is pretty strong. So I think so. OnlyFans they not only want to
Nothing can
limit
take you
that,
from me.
but they also want to have that flex potential. As we did see Ruby Gold lane last night as well, and we do know that Ruby can be flexed here and there, be it the roam position, even that gold position, or maybe this and the Ruby swapping positions and Ruby going to the EXP. But that's a good pick coming in from the side of OnlyFans.
Okay.
Carnage, they do take up the Alpha to counter the rotation from the Ling, and Alpha is a speedy
Hope will find a
rotating
way,
hero when it comes
even
to
when
that
all is
jungle.
forlorn.
Okay, now they are going for the mage ban, limiting them to pick
Come on, Dexter. It's our
what is
showtime.
left open, banning that Vexana. I think they might go for a Lunox ban too.
A Lunox ban. As for the side of OnlyFans, they are now starting to limit that old lane. Carnage, they do take up Tig, which is very defensive, very protective of themselves. They do not want to get caught off by any wild picks. So let's see what OnlyFans have in response. They are taking their time with this. They might just ban out something. But it's interesting to take out Kufra. Your thoughts on that?
Okay, a Kufra ban. They don't want to let the team Carnage pick that Kufra since it can counter that Ling, that Ruby. So that's a good ban.
Very interesting. Good ban. They want to let the Ling have the best time as possible, able to dive that back line. Let's see if Carnage do respond with Marksman or possibly some other heroes. Heroes like the Alice and the Harith are still available. They might just pick up their roam position here as well. They are showing the ground, which work well against the draft that OnlyFans are putting out.
Okay. That Gojo. What do you think about that Gojo, Quentin? We haven't seen much Gojo in this tournament.
Xavier is like a hit and miss sometimes, especially on how much damage he can output. It is consistent in the late game, but the early game, him being so squishy is a risk. But since he is going up against something like the Alpha, something like the Aurora, where he can keep his distance, it could work out because that Mystic Field, just immobilizing heroes that want to dive him. He has to be a little bit careful of the Yuzhong though, and I think so OnlyFans knowing that pressure that the Yuzhong can put on their backline, decide to go with the Zask instead, as well as the Ixia, a very strong gold laner.
Okay. Moscow
Now
or
Carnage,
Nathan.
interesting. They are just flexing the Nathan and the Moskov, so either one could work well, especially if we're talking about in-game lane. And they do go in with that Nathan pick, which is going to be very interesting to see how it's going to be played out, especially against something like the Ling. Nathan is pretty squishy, so if the Ling does catch out Nathan when he does not have his ult, it's going to be a big problem for him.
Okay, that Nathan on 5G.
With both teams securing their draft, we will be entering the Land of Dawn. The first battle between Carnage and OnlyFans. Winners of this will move on to the round of 32. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it.
Okay, let's go.
As you say, let's go. Grok seems to be a little time loading in. But according to the draft, who do you favor more?
I favor in Team Carnage.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Carnage. It's like the Ling in the
5
jungle, so
seconds till the enemy
anything
reaches the
picks up the Ling,
battlefield. Smash
I always
them.
have a little bit of a bias towards that draft. So I will be going with OnlyFans this time around as we do enter the Land of Dawn as both sides junglers, they do begin with that red buff.
Okay, they have asked for a pause.
Indeed, the pause does come in as the Grok seems to be unavailable right now. We will get back into the matches soon enough, as we need to ensure everybody's fairness when it comes to connection, when it comes to actual gameplay. We are in a high stakes reward tournament between a lot of good teams, so we have to make sure that everyone is playing well.
Yeah, the grok was already lagging in the loading phase, so fix your connection, buddy, and let us know.
Let us know indeed. As for both teams, we can have a little bit of a breakdown over here. Late game, the side of OnlyFans, they are showing that potential to actually have a better late game draft. But again, we do know that having a Nathan is always going to be a little bit of a hit or miss, especially in that late game potential. With that entropy, he is able to shred members, but we have to see how the alpha fares against the rotation coming in for the side of Serpa. And weirdly enough, the Ling on the blue team
Okay,
seems to be running into a wall at his base. That's going to really put a dent into it. I hope the teams have proper connection right now. The pause has been ended, so there cannot be an immediate pause right after. And yeah, I think he is back, but he is going to be lacking behind in rotation, in farm against this alpha who is already almost level 4 right now. We can already see the Ruby trying to get in a little bit of poke, but Zelda with the Grok is able to answer that pretty well. Clicker already extended by Ray.
okay, you can see that the alpha is level 4 already and the ling is just level 2.
Yep, it's gonna take.
Behind.
Yeah, he is behind. It's gonna take some time for him to come back as the Ruby is already pressured, trying to go in for that first blood potential, but Rio, they are deciding to go for the turtle that is spawning up right now. Meanwhile, on the top side, the Phobius might get caught up over there, get locked down by the Spear of Alpha as he does pick up that first blood, especially against this first turtle. It does not look good. His OnlyFans, they are starting to lack the boom. They need to plan out how they will play this entire match. Right now, the Ling is present. He is still level 4. He does have his Tempest of Blade, but does get locked down. The Dragon Form does come out, and Yuzhong picks up the kill onto the jungler for the side of OF. Ruby now in a very tight spot. As Aurora confirms that kill, now we are moving into the mid lane as we do have Yuzhong. Bufro does fall to the Black Dragon. As we enter this match, we already see that there's a lot of pressure coming in for the side of OnlyFans with Carnage. They do take that first start, especially in that mid lane, which is going to be crucial for something like the Ling, something like the Zap to rotate around. We can already see Zelda just beautiful. He is deep within the jungle.
Okay, Grok in a bad position. Yeah, going too deep, overextending that. And right away finished.
The final barrage is enough to pick that kill up, but that does not completely mean it's over yet, as the Ruby with the quick flicker is able to get out of the frigid place here. Does not go down yet. Seems like Carnage, they need to be a little bit more careful as to what's happening in their side of the jungle as well. We have a little bit of a gank in the bot side. The Ruby already might get picked out over there. Spear of Alpha does connect. He does not have the flicker, and he does get taken out by
nice
the
wall charge
Nathan. Now the
from
Star,
able to secure that kill of Sasuke.
a good Guardian Wall into Wild Charge combo. Now it's in a very tight spot. Final barrage does come down. Will he be able to sustain
Okay,
this?
but
Not for long.
Alpha,
Aurora's freeze is
without
enough.
care
Killing
taking that
over to
tower
zero.
damage, Quentin, what do you say about the Alpha? He doesn't care about the tower damage he was taking. He was just going in and taking in the damage of Ixia.
The sustainability, he does have that war axe. He is able to sustain a lot, and he's very far ahead compared to other members on the board. So, is Magdalene is still struggling to get his farm. Back in the top, you can already see that the Kovier gets locked down over there. Does fall to the char residue on the Yuzhong. A good zone coming in by the Grok, zones away the Zask, doesn't allow him to enter this top side turret, and it seems like OnlyFans, they might be losing a lot more resources on the map, as that it might be another turret down for the side of the blue team. Carnage, they are putting in a lot of pressure over here. The Ixia now caught out, has to flicker out, but the Aurora is there, the freeze does land, the wild charge connects as well, and that is enough to lock down the gold laner for the side of OF. As Carnage, they are continuing their assault. The Spirit Alpha connecting onto Zask. Zask does not have time to respond, as he is the next to fall. When do you think the side of OF will be able to actually push back? Do you think they have the time to actually go in? As it the temperature
Looking at
come
the
out,
lead they have
might
right
be
now, I don't think so, Quentin, they can. Looking at the lead they have, no, it's already a 6k lead, and most of the inhibitors are down, so it might be hard, but not impossible. So let's see what OnlyFans respond with.
as we speak about that, a shutdown onto Yuzhong and a kill onto the Nathan. As OF, they are trying to push back as much as they can. Aurora trying to scout out where the Ling is. This might be a little bit for risk. Ling may just go aggressive onto the Aurora, as the rest of Carnage, they try to go back in. The Grok is there, so the Phobius, the Spirit Alpha does connect, but it is still a Phobius. The Infernal Pursuit comes out, as the Ling with the Tempest of Blade does not get the Aurora, tries to go back in. Might be a little bit of a risk play. Zask, huge cockroach, is still present over there, able to slow down the pressure. Now the final barrage does come out. Will it be enough to catch out the Nathan? No, he is able to enter the away. Yuzhong now in a very aggressive position, has to Black Dragon form away from that entire team fight, as the blue team respond very well to the aggression coming in from Carnage. The turtle does get started up over here, as we do see Ruby trying to scout everything out over here. Ling does not have the Tempest of Blade, so he is not able to go back in. Alpha is able to secure that turtle. Now the Spirit Alpha connecting onto Phobius, as Ruby is the next to fall. That is a double kill given over to the Alpha, as a pause immediately comes in between this team fight.
Okay, Team OnlyFans asked for the pause.
Very interesting. It looked like a very dire situation for OF. They were making a little bit of a comeback. They have that potential late game, but will Carnage give them that room to breathe and actually farm up their heroes?
You know that Alpha's ult is connecting so perfectly on the blue team, they are not able to react, and that follow-up coming in from the Team Carnage is so good that they just finish off if Alpha gets anyone, so that's a good thing, you know. Okay, so
In
let's go.
Yep, we might just jump right back into the action, as we do see that the Zask does get outed out over there. He might be in a tight spot. He does not have his ultimate. The Aurora does miss the stun, but lands in. Alpha able to get that godlike. And that might be another turret in the mid lane for Carnage. And like OnlyFans, they are running into a lot of network issues, which is costing them this match. it is being a huge problem as Carnage, they want to end this up quick. They do take the top tier 2 as well. Ling now doing what he can do best, that is to just split push. He has to just run away. The alpha is too strong right now. He has to wait for the late game spike for him to actually be able to do something in this match. We can already see him scouting out the members on the red team. That is a potential fight in the bot side. Ruby does scout out Rock, as the Povius is also over.
Meanwhile, the Ling
Ling does get caught off. But now, this might be an interesting fight. Yuzhong able to take down the Ruby as well. That is 2 members down for the side of OF, and this might be another turret of that Dragon Form already getting used up. Povius going aggressively. That frigid place, they're able to catch up Ixia in that entire skirmish, as this might be an inhibitor getting taken away. The entropy used up already, as the Nathan going in for that bot lane. They do get that, as another legendary going over to the alpha. The mid here 3 does finally go down. The Ling able to sustain for just a little bit, a double kill for the alpha and a triple. Meanwhile, the Grok able to wild card into the lane.
Sustaining from the damage of Ling, he was not able to get that kill onto that Grok. Okay, Grok with that outplay.
Yup, the XC are doing well to just clear that entire wave. Will it be enough? Yep, it is, as Dark is back into the match. He might just be able to get something over here. But Carnage, they were pretty careful with how they positioned. This might be another big fight over there. Alpha might be overextending a little bit too much. Will it be enough? He does have the sustain, gets a double kill in that process and still not being able to go down. Carnage, they have this open, the Link coming in aggressively with the temp of the blade. But a triple kill and a maniac for the Alpha as Yuzhong falls, waiting for a Savage, trying his best to scout it out. But it seems like OnlyFans, they don't want to give it. And with that, Carnage might just be winning this match.
Okay, what do you think about this match, Quentin? It was a pretty one-sided game.
Indeed, I think so. For the side of OnlyFans, a lot of the factor did come in through the network issue, and the pauses were given for both teams. So it's very important, again, for future teams as well, to make sure that their internet connection is pretty good. Otherwise, this would have been a head-to-head fight, I'd say. But the Alpha, Rio playing very well, landing a lot of good ults, catching a lot of the members for the side of OF perfectly, and the wild charge coming in from the Grok. Good timing. He was able to catch out a few members from the blue team as well. That landed Carnage the victory.
Yeah, you know that combo coming in from Alpha, Grok, Aurora, and the Dragon is what made them win this match.
And with that, we are done with this match between Carnage and OnlyFans. We will be back with you real soon for the next match of tonight's Best of 64.
Okay, so the next match is up against Team Onic Esports versus United Avengers.
Interesting. Taking the name of the org itself, let's see what the two teams have for themselves to show in this best of one series.
Onic Esports. Is it from Philippines?
Oh, I highly doubt it. The Filipino champions,
Yeah.
It would be fun to see that. Maybe in a later day, we might even see India on the world stage as M6 does come around the corner. a lot of excitement in the air as the viewers are also getting ready to move in. They are pretty excited. Remember, guys, to like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We have hit that 300 subscriber milestone as we will be entering the round of 32 pretty soon as the round of 64 comes to a close.
Okay, United Avengers versus Onic Esports. I'm getting ready. If they are ready, please invite them in the lobby.
I hope both teams are pretty up and ready for this.
Okay, Quentin, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, just handle it. I have a work. My mom just called me, so I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Please hold on for a minute. Guys, I'll be back.
Yep, as the crew leaves the stream, you are left with me, the one and only. A little bit of self-praise as we do have a few viewers in chatting away. We had quite a bit of conversations in the last match. We are getting ready to enter the third match of tonight between Onic Esports and United Avengers, and a very interesting comment by Zane. The only team capable of going to M6 from India is ABM. And ABM, they do play well. I have no comments, just to stay as neutral as possible, but India has the potential to put out some good teams in that world stage. So that is there. Might be interesting if ever we are given that potential. Meow Meow is there as well. Yep. Yesterday they did have a match, I believe. We have, that's what I'm saying. There is a lot of potential for Indian players to actually make that world stage possibility. We are waiting for the players to come in. As soon as they do, we will begin this third match. I believe they are on their way. Ryujin will also be back later this evening for the few more matches to come as we do enter the mid section of tonight's schedule. I hope everyone in chat is doing well.
Hello, Quentin, are you there?
Hello, I am there. Who?
Yes, I'm back.
The
Okay,
man is back.
the teams are still not here.
A very interesting scenario as we are still in the round of 64. Who some interesting questions that I have,
Yeah,
or
go
that
on.
would be asked if supposedly
Yeah.
both teams are late for a specified scheduled match, what would that lead to? Why don't we tell our viewers? Any insight on that?
If they have already informed us that they will not be available, we can manage them. But if they don't, let us know and just tell it in the last moment. We can't do anything. We will just disqualify them.
And with that, I think so. all the teens also watching, viewers also watching, be in contact with the management and do inform them of whether or not you will be late to certain matches. We could adjust then. However, it is important to respect the timings of both the players, the casters, and the viewers, especially for the entire Vortex of Legends Season 2. And with that, I think so the teams are in, both sides immediately jumping right into it. And I guess we can start this out as soon as possible.
Yeah, we can go for it. Let's go. I see some new faces in the referee spot. Who is that?
That is Jinbei.
Baby
That
Jimbe.
is Jinbei, that's all I know. But we are waiting for Clyde to ready up so that we can begin this third match between Onic Esports and United Avengers. I hope everyone is ready and excited. Haha. And with that, I think so we are completely ready. The imposter has also left among us as we do enter probably the third match of tonight, again between Onic Esports and United Avengers. Are we ready, who?
Yeah, we are ready.
Let's get into the draft then without any further ado. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, the drafts. I think so. The question will always remain. There's so many good meta heroes. Will it be the Khalid? Will it be the Chip? Will it be the Zushin? You never know. But we do have, I believe, United Avengers on the blue and Onic Esports on the red side. Funny enough,
Butterflies born by thy wish, guided by lantern's light.
the blue, sorry, on the red. So ironically, they are in their comfort side of the river, as the Zushin is banned out first.
Okay, a Zushin ban. You know, Zushin is very annoying. Using a second skill and just throwing them.
Especially against like frontline comp.
Who said
so
there are no
difficult to
shortcuts
play,
in life? I literally
and
invented one.
A solution because of how annoying she can be. Chip is also off the board. But yeah, as he was saying, Zushin.
Okay, what do we think is coming, Quentin, in the ban list?
Still waters run deep.
Oh, did the Ling. Wow. Finally, someone taking off the Ling as we do enter Onic. They might again take out the Khalid. They might even take out the Aurora, which is a scary mage to play up against.
As fleeting as
Okay,
a
just like you
snowflake's
predicted,
breath,
Quentin. The
as
Aurora gets
timeless
banned
as a
immediately.
glacier's heart.
That since United America, if they do go by the legends, we might even see a Hayabusa being banned out, possibly, but I feel like a Khalid ban would be nice as well, leaving open that Phoveus.
You know why they banned Ling? Because they are the Onyx Esports, and you know, Onyx Esports has that Kyrie, so
That is Onic Indonesia indeed, so a little bit of a respect, you know, to the name.
on
As interestingly, United America did, I mean, United
My
do
mission
ban out
is
Red,
to protect lives.
Onic ban out Hylos. Ooh, what do you think about the Hylos, man? There's a lot of changes that's happened to him. Where does he sit in meta?
he won't go good in the EXP lane right now since he doesn't have that much of magic resistance, so he might go on a roam position, or
But it's
just
always a
don't
risk.
pick him up.
Yeah, just take him out. The Hylos has lost quite a bit of his buff to his HP, which makes
Fate
him a
will
little bit
find a way,
riskier than before.
even when all is forlorn.
United they do pick up Vexana first, safely locking in their mid laner against anything that Onic can throw.
Okay, Xana first pick. And a Minotaur.
will finish off what was
First
left
pick. What do you think
undone.
about that first pick Minotaur?
The first big Minotaur, I haven't been seeing a lot of Minotaurs in this season, but compared to last season, Minotaur had a slight fall off, but against a Vexana, against a hero that can knock you down pretty easily, if he is able to land that jump, he can just break up team fights or even
High
start
in the
team fights
moonlight that
pretty
breaks
well.
through the
As
darkness.
we do see the Mia coming up for the side of Onic.
Okay, Mia.
Combo.
Interesting Mia.
Very interesting. I think so. Now the Minotaur pick does make sense, as the Minotaur
Need
is
some
there to keep the
stitches?
Mia
I can
alive.
help.
Melissa is also taken up just to keep a little bit of pressure onto that gold lane and not let this Mia farm up as quickly as she does in ranked.
The Khalid is still open, the Phoebus is still open, but they decided not to go.
Muscle of iron.
They still
Bones
don't
of
want to go
steel.
for those two EXP laners. Instead, they opt to go for Gathat Kacha. And with the Revitalize, I feel like Gathat is better on that room position. Let's see what United have to actually do with that Gathat Kacha as Onic with the response.
Let's see what they respond with.
Again, here,
And
against
X-Pac.
Melissa, the Khalid is pretty good. What do you say, Cool?
I didn't
Yeah, but a
enjoy the
Valentina
pain.
pick coming
I
in.
harness it.
Oh my god, a very interesting response. Actually, the Valentina does well against the Gathoth, stealing away the Guardian, the avatar of the Guardian. But it's surprising to see the EXP lanes being left out in this first phase of the draft. Very interesting, don't you say?
Yeah, very interesting. What
Let's see, will
do
it
you
be
go
banned out here?
An
The
assassin
Immortal One
like
chose me to vanquish the shadows that plague this world.
Who with the Predict Onion Assassin ban does go through with that Shoyu. Will United actually respond?
Hayabusa, Sanjo.
Okay, Hayabusa ban coming in.
Last ban. They are taking their time with this. A lot of heroes are still open, man. The risk reward is going to be heavy this match. Both sides, they do have strong first three picks, so it's going to be anybody's game actually.
Okay, and Hayabusa ban. What do I think an alpha ban?
Sand
Okay,
rises
they
when I
go
give
with
the
the
word.
Khalid ban, just like we were talking about.
Indeed. But in my
It's
opinion,
my way
I
or
think
the
that the
highway.
Khalid would be a better pick for Onic. And interesting that ban of the Ixia for the side of United. Do you think that was just a panic ban that they decided to go for since Onic already have the gold laner?
Yeah, that's a panic ban, since they have already locked their gold laner, so why do you need to ban that Ixia?
Very interesting strategy from the side of United. Onic now they do have their EXP and the jungle to pick over here. Let's see which one they prioritize first.
I will
They
choose
do
my
go
own
in with the
path.
Arlet in that EXP lane, especially after the buff. What are your thoughts on that, Who?
Okay, and Arlott. alert on damage build is
My
not too
pleasure.
sustainable, but alert on the tank build is very annoying and has that damage and that continuous dashes is really annoying and very hard to predict, and he can just set his teams for the fight and just make the opponent's what do you say that position bad.
Yuppie. Rake up positions with the Sun Slash. Interestingly, United, they do go in with the Tigreal into Karina. And looking at the draft coming in from United, the Valentina has a lot of options when it comes to ultimates. What do you think would be their best pick for when it comes to ultimate?
I would go for that Gatot's ultimate since they have that Minotaur, so why not go for that Gatot on that magic damage?
Yeah, that is a lot of amplified magic damage coming in. We'll have to see as the alpha does get picked up, and that is both drafts locked in between United and Onic Esports. As we enter the best of one, winners of the series will be moving on to the round of 32. United Avengers versus Onic Esports. Which draft do you favor more this time around? Who?
I think Onic Esports have a better
Yeah,
draft
looking at
here.
Onyx draft, they do seem a little bit more confident. They have
Welcome to
the
Mobile
ins and outs.
Legends.
As we do
5
enter
seconds
this
till the enemy
land of
reaches
dawn,
the battlefield.
both
Smash
teams
them.
ready to duke it out. And
All troops
both
deployed.
junglers, they do begin to start off with their blue buffs. And with having a Take and a Gatot Kacha for the blue team,
Yeah,
it seems like Onic, they need to play a little bit more safe, a little bit more cautious of the timings of the ultimates and the TC coming in from the side of United.
yeah. If they get that wombo combo, they are over. Onic Esports won't
Yep.
get a chance to just back off.
Immediately, the Alpha stealing away the lethal. They did not want to take any time, and as skirmish in the bot side, the Melissa getting pressured a lot as they want their Mia to actually just get a good farm. The Tegi is also present in the bot side, but the Mia doing well, securing the gold crab. That's a lot of gold. There's a whole waves gold to set the Mia. Now the Tig might be in a bad position over there. Does get caught off. There is the Vexana catching out Mia. Mia getting very low. Will she be going down? A sliver of HP is able to survive with the Minoan Roar and securing that gold cannon.
Meanwhile, in the top
Look at the pressure
side,
coming in from the side of Teague. He does get first blood on to the Mia. A good flicker usage with that knock-up is enough to take down the gold laner for the side of Onic. Meanwhile, on the other side, Alpha already in the jungle does not get the lizard. On lizard over to the Vexana, but the turtle is spawning up, so Onic might be a little slow on the rotation.
yeah, Onic might be a bit slow on the rotation, but they have that lead, gold lead, but not too long. Okay, Tiger goes down, and this might
With that,
be
it's
a
a
free
1-to-1
turtle.
trade. Yep, but the Alpha is pretty low. The Avatar of the Guardian does come down as well, as Alpha might be going down in that process. Yep, he is down. Karina able to lock in the turtle. And again, the goal lead steadily rising for the side of United Avengers. Seems like another gank is brewing in the bot side. Melissa going very aggressive against the Mia. Mia does fall immediately. This game does not look good for Onic, as the pressure of the CC and the damage coming in from the side of United Avengers is a little bit too much, especially in this early game, even with an alpha available. Seems like Onic, they need to play around the rotations coming in from the junglers to actually start pressuring and instead responding to what United Avengers are doing.
Tiger misses that, but that is fine since the Arlot is going down with that wombo combo. That was okay. Alpha going in, but Tiger survives.
A little bit. Yep, now the graphics cards are able to taunt away the Alpha. That was a lot of ultimate used up just to take down the Arlet. Overall, it did work out in favor for the side of United Avengers as Onic was not able to get a response. They are still lacking as the goal lead slowly rises for the side of United Avengers. Thoughts on that, Who?
That's not too much of a goal lead. They can just, equalize that, but they need to look out where they take the fight. They need to be very careful.
Yep, and with that, I think so they might have just got off the rotation policy of the Avengers as Alpha may be able to lock down this turtle. That still has the after of the
Okay, a
Guardian.
nice steal coming in from Karina. Wow, a nice retribution coming in from Karina.
Yep, but she just walked up, retribution away that turtle. And now it seems like Onic, they are starting to struggle a little bit more now in the bot side. The Minotaur might get caught off, pushed back into the jungle, as Melissa does get spotted out. It's not enough to actually scare the Mia away, but it seems like with the Karina rotating bot side, they are trying to go in for this initiation. Minotaur does have the Minoan Fury. A little bit of a risk here. The implosion might be coming out. Will it be enough? As he does get one out, Mia is the first to fall. The Minoan Fury was not enough to keep their goal laner alive as Karina picks up that double kill. Skypius are working out well. She does miss the shadow-based blade onto the Valentina, but Valentina can only watch as her bot lane falls. The Alpha is back into this. The retribution already used up. The Dig is able to escape as well. But the IMU able to steal away the implosion in the process. A good trade for the side of United Avengers as they do even take out that bot turret. They might have a fight brewing over here. A little bit of a position play coming in. The Alpha, Spirit of Alpha does lock onto one as the implosion does come out. The final slash from the Arlet able to distort the members from the side of the United Avengers as Onic Esports, they now start responding well. Melissa might get caught off in that process as well. Arlet able to pick that kill up as the Avatar of the Guardian does catch two.
Getting that two
But
members.
Karina, it's not enough. A double kill picked up by Valentina as good sustain from the Minotaur keeps his team alive.
Quentin, this is what they needed. They were just playing alone, going in one by one. They just need to stay together and fight. They will win this team fight,
Yep, Onic Esports, they have a very good team fight comp, especially when they're able to just pick off the members from the side of United Avengers like they're doing. They might have this in their hands. Now the swap lanes do come in as well, as the Melissa will start getting pressured. The side of United Avengers, they are trying to rotate back in, trying to help the goal laner out. Will it be fast enough as the stay away is used up? The Melissa might fall. No, it does take down the Arlet, and the Alpha does fall in the process as well, as the rest of the members from United Avengers are coming down onto the side of Onic Esports. Meanwhile, on the other side, we do see that the Mia did take that top turret. The Flicker Grasp of Death did come out, but it was not enough follow-up for their team. Mia might just get another turret in that little... I'm really waiting to be able to destroy it, I think.
Okay, Mia trying to recall, but yes, Mia got out from there.
Yep. Now we are seeing that the Karina might get caught up in that fight. Yep, the Spear of Alpha is enough to actually just wipe her out. It seems like the United Avengers are starting to fall a little bit behind now. What do you think happened? Where did that confidence just go?
In that mid lane fight where you know that Alpha caught two members, Alpha, the Valentina, and that Nino caught three people, so it was where they went down.
They are. That is true, yeah. It seems like the part of United Avengers, they are now being very responsive to what Onic Esports do. Let's see what happens over here. The rest of UA are there, but so is Onic. They are ready.
A nice ult coming in from Valentina. And a nice damage.
Fury.
Able to catch two alert flanking.
The Minotaur.
But he does not need to. Okay, can we see some more fights? No, but decides to back off.
Overall, a good clap back by Onic Esports as they do secure this bot turret as well. And it seems like United Avengers, that Karina pick is coming out to be a little bit of a risk, especially against something like the Minotaur, who has the Minoan Roar healing mixed in with favor. That's a lot of healing to the damage coming in from the side of UA.
Okay, a free Lord for Alpha. But now they are deciding to contest for it, and the Goto goes in. Okay, but Alpha successfully steals it.
Yep, the fight rages on, as on the other side we do see the Arlet does get taken out by the Melissa, but the Garthos is traded out in the process. Mia still going strong. As we get online, Alpha is able to steal away that Lord in that entire skirmish, and that Lord is starting to come down topside. Onic Esports now looking to actually take resources away from UA. Will they be able to respond much? Does not seem so, as the Melissa is forced to back off from that advancing Lord. We might see another team fight breaking out over here, but Onic Esports showing their discipline. They know that they can't actually contest this fight and decide to try and take other lanes as well. Might be interesting as the Garthos is spotted bot side. Seems like the rest of the red team, they are working together finally. The Minotaur already getting the position, as the Valentina does have the implosion. Tried to go in there, but did not find anyone. That is 5 members in the fourth side of the map right now. Will it be enough? Valentina does catch out of it, but the minions, Mia does show. Will this be a trigger-happy moment for the side of UA, or will they play it a little bit more disciplined? Onic Esports, they do get scouted out, catches to the Minotaur into the Minoan Fury. That is 2 more as the Spear of Alpha connects. The implosion into the Avatar of the Gods, and it does come out as the Arlet. Good final smash dispersing the members of UA, as that is a miracle for the Alpha. 3 members down, 4 United Avengers, as Onic Esports finally finding the ground. Melissa able to actually take that top turret for an exchange, but sadly they do lose that mid tier 2 as well. Another fight might be breaking out over here as the Melissa goes very aggressive. The final slash able to pull him out. The Spear of Alpha does connect, but stay away, able to keep her alive. That was a good use of her ultimate. We do see that we have a few more minions popping down here and there. But it seems like the rest of Onic, they need to get their lanes in sync before they can go in for another dive in. So it seems like they just want to farm up, get their items in, and actually try to close up the game as soon as possible. We can see that the Mia is finally starting to do a lot of damage, and this is the risk of letting a Mia farm up. Late game, she is just gonna shred your member. The resources of UA is just getting destroyed, dismantled all the way around. This is a 12-minute Lord up, and it seems like Onic, they just want to take this Lord casually, as United Avengers, I don't think they can actually contest, but they will try to go for it. We can see Logan trying to get Vision onto the slot, go a little bit of a wrap around, but the Minotaur is there to scout him out. The Arlet going in pretty aggressively, trying to steal a little bit more position. The completely already getting used up, but UA not finding the actual angle to go in as the Lord does get taken away by the Mia. The Minoan Fury does get miscounted by the final flash, but enough as Kakor coming in with the avatar of the Guardian. Will it be enough to do some damage over there? The explosion of the Valentina herself is enough to secure a triple for herself. In the backside, the Karina does fall as Texana is the only one up and available to defend for the side of United Avengers. Onic Esports, they look to end it right here, right now.
Okay, nice ult coming in from Alpha. And Arlot going deep in but goes down. But
Yep,
that's
but I don't think that might be
you know.
enough. Yep, with that, Onic Esports living up to their name, do take this match and move on to the round of 32. Ooh, what do you think? What went wrong? The early game was going pretty well for the side of UA, but suddenly a little switch up and the mentality of the entire game just fell away.
You know, they were winning the fights just because Onic Esports were getting picked off one by one. Once they start gathering and you know started to fight alongside the teammates, that is where they started winning the fight. So they already had that team fight upper hand, you know, with that Arlot, Alpha, and Valentina with her alt of Tigreal, Gotot. So that is where they won the fight.
Indeed, that is the analysis coming in from the board. And with that, Onic Esports, they do move on to the next round of 32 as we do enter the fourth match of tonight between Trash Industry, Tren, and Pervert Academy, Orba. Tren and Orba. Interesting. We will be back with you real quick with the teams once they come around as we do enter the next round.
Okay, guys, we will be back in a minute. Till then, please hold on. Okay, so guys, we are back again, and we have an announcement. Quentin,
Yup,
can you?
indeed.
Yeah, go on.
Uh, we did have the viewer giveaway to be announced, and the man who's been with us since day one, a constant viewer and commenter on the stream, is available with us right now, probably as he has been since day one. Kyra is the winner of tonight's giveaway. Kyra, if you are in chat, do respond. Well, he did win 100 diamonds. So if you are around, do contact the Yama Esports team on their Instagram handle at Yama Esports, and
Still waters run
you
deep.
will receive the prize for your giveaway. With that, without any further ado,
My kiss
we are entering the
grants
match
you
between
immortality
Orpa and
or death.
Trin. Orpa have banned out the Ling immediately, as Trin do take out the Alice this time around, which I haven't seen much. But again, congratulations to Kyra as we come back into the match. It is Meek Eventon with the Who as tonight's commentators.
My mission is to protect lives.
To the game, we can see that the Hylas is also getting banned out by Orpa. This is going to be interesting to see, as we haven't seen much of the Hylas in game as well. He sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. It's always a risk factor to pick the four-legged horseman. Let's see what Trin have to answer back. Again, they could take out heroes like the Four-Ways or the Khalid. They could even take out Aurora right here, right now. Remove that first pick potential for the side of Orpa. They are taking their time, so let's see what they have in store. What about you, Who? What do you think will happen this entire draft phase?
I think they will go for an EXP ban, like Khalid Phobius, the Gatot,
I am not the only one bound by
Okay.
these chains.
the
Yep, the
Phobius ban.
prediction coming in from the Who. The Phobius does get banned out. Do you think they'll still continue to ban out the EXP laners?
I think they will go for an Shuyu ban.
Ooh, let's see. I feel like they'll ban out the Khalid since the Phobius is already taken off the board as well. Let's see what Orpa have to decide. They do have a lot
Sand
of
rises
time,
when
and,
I give the word.
well, that is a Khalid.
Yeah.
Right, I think Kyra's back in chat. Congratulations, Kyra, for winning the giveaway. You have been with us since day one. And remember to contact Yama Esports on their Instagram handle for the prize that you'll be receiving pretty soon. So with that, back into the match. We can focus completely on the draft that's at hand, as Trin have the last ban for this first phase.
Who
Again,
said there are
they
no
could take
shortcuts
away
in life?
Aurora, but
I
yep,
literally
the
invented
gentleman
one.
available, they immediately ban it out. Now Orpa up with that first pick potential.
Hope will find a way, even when all is forlorn.
A little bit of a pause as Orpa does decide to take up the Vexana in exchange for the Aurora. This is something that Trin can capitalize on, as they have the potential to pick up heroes that can counter the Vexana, that can at least do well in team fights, or at least match the pace that the Vexana and the Eternal Guard can set up when it comes to these team fights and rotations. What do you think could be picked up by Trin here? Who?
Trin. Okay, Rafaela. I'm seeing this Rafaela for the first time in this meta. It's an
The
interesting
hunt
pick.
begins.
Oh no,
True love is like blood.
Carmela.
Sadly, it might be a little bit more time before we actually see Rafaela in this meta come back in, As Tren, they go in for a very powerful combo between the Ruby and the Carmilla. So we know very well that this Ruby is either going to that EXP or hold position. Now we have to see what Orpa have in response. They are showing the Akai, which might be a very interesting pick. The heavy spin could disrupt a lot of the side of Tren. But we have to see what they decide upon here, as the pick
I
is
am the
still
priestess of primal lightning, the hunter of all the evil gods.
Let them
Orpa
play
with
the
last
hero.
pick, and they do take
I will
up
be the
strong
truth this
position
world
with the
desperately needs.
going up against the Carmilla. What's your thoughts in this matchup right now? Who?
Yeah, Quentin. I'm sorry, but let me join you in 2 minutes. Okay, Quentin, please handle this.
Okay, with that, we will come straight into the analysis on the last pick that Tren has for this first phase of the band. They are flexing around a lot of EXP laners. If they do pick an EXP lane here, they do give away the element of surprise, as this Ruby might be going to that
As
position.
fleeting as a snowflake's breath, as timeless as a glacier's heart.
And this is something that I have been talking about a lot. The Aurora and Vexana go hand to hand. Both of them match when it comes to giving CC and controlling team fights. So that overall works really well for both teams, coming up with strong first three picks. Mage, Fighter, Roam for both sides. Now, Tren do enter the second phase of the ban. They might start limiting the junglers. They might take out heroes like the Hayabusa, the Shoyo, even the Alphas, or even, surprisingly, the Bane, which we did see a few of, but not well executed.
For honor!
Let's see what happens over here as, Tren taking no chances. They do take out
Hayabusa!
Tigreal.
Sanjo!
Orpa's the one who wants to start limiting the jungle. They do remove the Hayabusa, which is a lot more of an issue towards their side than it is to the side of the red team. As the Hayabusa with the quad shadows and the Ouija shadow kill can just come in, take out Vexana, knock her off the Land of Dawn, and run away without much lockdown. Orpa, they are lacking that lockdown, so we need to be careful as to what they leave open. Now, Tren, with that final ban, they could again decide to take away another roamer, or they might just take out jungler. Juno still up for grabs. Like the
I see lots of prey.
Instead, they go for the Roger, which does slip out of your mind sometimes, but we do know the potential coming in from the Wolfman himself to actually output enough damage to wipe out teams. So
10 years.
very careful. Meanwhile, on the side of Orpa, they do ban out the Teresla. They want to give this Yuzhong a good game, so a very good ban for their team. Let's see what Tren have in response. They are covering the CC, which is interesting. The Yo-Yo Blitz and the Curtain Call is pretty strong, especially against frontline compositions. And it seems like Orpa, they are trying to go for a semi-frontline, front-to-back composition. The CC might be able to disrupt this, or they might go in for
I will
something else.
choose my own path.
They lock in that Arlet, and we did see the Arlet last game. He is able to land those final slashes, disrupt the entire composition of the opponent's team. This is going to be a very interesting EXP battle to see who's going to be in team fights first. Whereas for the side of Orpa, they are now deciding on what goal lane to go
The
for.
Immortal One chose
As
me to
Shoyo
vanquish the shadows that
immediately
plague
gets
this
locked in.
world.
They saw it available. They were like, okay, let's play it. As now for the last pick, Orpa, still hovering the Nathan. This might be an interesting pick if they do decide to go for it. The side of Tren, they do have the response for it. So it might be a little bit of a risk, as
Come
I
on,
was
Dexter.
saying that
It's
Orpa
our
do lock
showtime.
in the plot. Now the Blazing Duet
Sir,
will cause a
what's
lot
your
of damage,
command?
but he has to be careful. If he does get caught up in the Curse of Blood, it might just as well be GG's. As for the side of Tren, they do lock in the Fanny. And with that, both teams coming up with very beautiful drafts. A slight favorite towards the high mobility heroes, so I will be going with the Fanny's composition right here. But this game could be anyone's. Both teams do draft pretty well. Without any further ado, I think so we are getting ready to jump straight into the match. Both teams between Orpa, Pervert Academy, and Tren Trash Industry. Winners of this match will be moving on to the round of 32. So without any further ado, let's enter the land of Dawn and get on with this fourth match of tonight.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
I've entered the land of Dawn, and it is going to be
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them!
Of the Fanny.
All troops deployed!
I'm pretty much sure that it's going to be very mid-dependent on the start of our path, and then they'll have that Fanny to just counter-rotate whatever type of pathing that the blue team go for. Both sides start in the bot jungle. And now, another important thing to keep in mind is that Tren do not have a gold lane marksman, so it's going to be a little bit of a interesting way to actually see how this turns out. Now, the Ruby does do well against the Flawed when it comes to lane matchups, but I feel like the Flawed is not going to be playing for just winning out lanes. He is just trying to be getting that farm up and trying to get into team fights as much as possible, get that Demon Hunter sword and immediately jump right in. As on the top side, the skirmish has already begun, but the Yuzhong Star will be able to keep itself alive. Now the Fanny does get knocked down by the members, and that is first blood for the side of Orpa, the Shoyo with the skill, just able to completely lock heroes down. They were missing the lockdown, so they decided to go with a hero that has a very good immobilizability. Rather than that, with the Blade Surge able to catch out two in the bush, the Carmilla and the Arlet, but frankly they are able to survive. Now the Arlet getting dove upon, the Shard Residue does not connect. He gets very low in the process with that quelling charge. Evil Queller. And he is able to walk away. Now look at the aggression coming in from the set, but it might be a little too much as Carmilla trying to take down the Easy, but he is able to flicker out. Now the Shoyo now in the top spot, but the Fanny does run out of energy. Yuzhong back there to help his team out, as the Carmilla does get caught off, Electrify into the Blade Surge. That is enough to secure another kill for the jungler of Orpa. With that, as well as Fanny not being raised. He does have a move of something more important for her. That's secured. It seems like Orpa, they are trying to go in for a better rotation here. Just out-rotate the mid lane coming in from the side of Tren. And Tren's Aurora is not able to actually get into position. Now the Ruby is getting caught out over the Blazing you had already used out. The flicker coming in from the Ruby does get locked down. But will it be enough? Nope, not enough damage yet. That is the flicker already extended from the roamer, from the goal laner of Tren, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. Orpa playing very tactically as the Fanny does miss the iron cables. That could have been pretty detrimental, but then again it's a Shoyo who's got enough reach, and the Carmilla does spot out the Shoyo coming into the rotation. We do have the coming up as Carmilla catches but it's not going to be enough as the Ruby coming in the backside trying to take down the Edith as well, but too much crowd control as the Shoyo going in for the Aurora as well. The Aurora does have a speed, but will it be enough? There is the Stone Sever to take him out. The final snap does not want to connect only onto the Yuzhong. Star Residue does come in, the Fanny trying to get something out there, but he does not have enough energy or damage to respond back as fully. That's falling behind against Orpa. Now Orpa in a significant lead. They will start pressing lanes even more. The Ruby able to survive, misses the I'm offended, but is able to get back to the lane. I think the front to show you does go a little too deep. His team is not there to respond now with the primal wrap already used up. Kai going back in could be a little bit of a risk as Pikachu does get locked up by the curse of blood. That should be enough as the Carmilla does fall, but that is two members already taken down. Now the arm is flickering in, able to pick up that kill. That is a turnaround immediately for the side of Tren as they start closing up that goal gap and taking away the second kill. Like Yuzhong is there, so is the Shoyo. They do not want to let this go as Fanny is the first to fall. Now the turtle and the retribution power to the side of the blue team as Shoyo picks up the kill going right for the Aurora. Yuzhong trying to run away the enemy team, gets what he wants and just walk away equally calmly. Good walk discipline coming out from the side of Warpa. Game has been pretty fast-paced and a lot of kills have been going over in this 5 minutes. Seems like Tren, they need to start taking this slow a little bit. Their tempo has been disrupted. On the bot side, we do see that the Carmilla gets spotted out. Meanwhile, in the top side, the Harvest gets pretty low by the Vexana Yuzhong combo. Both sides getting pressured now. Going very aggressive, the rest of the team is not there. Seems like the curse of blood does not get used up yet. But the Blazing Duet does. Top side, the turret does fall as the Arlet is again pushed back a lot. Orpa trying to move intact to take one turret at a time. There might be a fight at the blue. Carmilla barely surviving over there. The Evil Queller enough to actually just take down the Carmilla. The room falls another room. Carmilla is not having a good game here as he is 1-4 and 3. The good revolution coming in from the side of the Evil. The Primal Wrath will not be enough to keep herself alive, but the Ruby does go down and a killing spree over to the Chuyo. Orpa doing very well over here. The Fanny does come in, but is unable to get that last hit onto Vexana to secure that kill. Almost dies in the process itself. I got thought not really doing much there. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we do see that the Ruby tries to take down the Sword, but the Arlet is there. The rest of in response, but that is a Shoyo, very stable hero. Orpa might go in for a re-engage over the V. Edith does pick out the Carmilla. Carmilla still having the Curse of Blood, so she'll be able to get that out. That does catch 4 members. The Ruby going in very aggressively. Sword is the first fall. The double kill total will be onto Vexana as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Shoyo does get stunned up. Arlet able to take down Kai. Edith falling. What's the turnaround? Shoyo getting a mega kill. A decent response as Tren did try to respond back to the aggression from the side of Orpa. They do lose one member, but they are able to start getting gold on their heroes. A bit of aggression. They might have taken down that mid turret and it does fall. Carmilla not enough to actually defend that. As the blue buff also starts getting contested over there, the Ruby is present, so comes the Fanny, so they're able to just narrowly get out of that good usage of his skill. That's the mechanical degree assassin that we're coming in. This is a turtle up. Will then be able to actually contest it. We have to wait on two. But it seems like Orpa just want to spread this turtle down and move on to the next objective. Go in aggressively, trying to just scout the area, see where the players are really are. And they do spot the Ruby, but the Ruby also sees Edith, knows that the rest of Orpa are coming in. So you have to be a little bit safe here. A little bit bad positioning might be done for her. Seems like Kai just goes in and walks away. They do not want to do something. The other bomb coming in, hitting her iron cables onto any target. Is forced to back away, gets spotted off by the Suyo. The right happens here instead as the shutdown finally comes in. Yuzhong, the force of that Orpa does fall. Yuzhong not being able to get anything in response. Meanwhile, the bot that we are having a full-on invade over there as the Blazing Duet does end up seeing the first blood does come out. It's not enough as the final that does not sustain the unit for it. down. But Carmilla does get traded out in that entire skirmish. That's super 2 thing. But a lot of damage coming in from the side of Morpa. Now being doing very well, sustaining against the stand. This is welcome out. Coming in from the side of the Yuzhong. He's still healthy enough. Will the Alpha and the Arlet go back in? No, he does not. He knows the risk of getting over there. The Ruby is there to cancel out the recall, but I think Yuzhong will be able to safely go back home. There's another fight might break up over here. One does it not for the side of the Arlet able to walk away with the flexibility enough. Final Flash connecting onto only unit, but it's not enough to get a response. He does get out with his life, but his rubber is just actually Ruby falls in that entire skirmish. They seem to be put up against the wall on the side of Orba. They are starting to snowball pretty well. The Lord does get started up here too. Not coming back into this fight as well. As when they are just trying to just reduce the damage, just get into damage control. They know they can't contest this Lord, so they have to move in for other tactics like split pushing. That's what Fanny does best, but without proper lane management, this might be pretty bad. The Yuzhong does spot out the Ruby, gets his poke down, he does his job, just gets vision for his team and backs away. Very disciplined play from the side of Morpa as look at their wave sync. It's completely perfected at this point. So this is going to be a very tight fight for the side of Tren. Will they be able to defend this? Even without a marksman, it's going to be a risky maneuver. But it seems like Orpa, they want to go in for that top turret first. So you're going in pretty aggressively. The rest of Tren, they are going carefully as well. They don't want to risk anything over here. They do take down the Lord in the process. They do lose the last in their top and mid inhibitors, but they do survive for another time. As the Fanny just trying to scout around, does not see anyone yet. They lose last on the bot inhibitor as well, and I think so Orpa, they are happy with this stream, especially since it was just a 10-minute Lord. We have to see what happens over here as Tren now put up against the walls. They can't really do much over here. Completely all figures are used up. Now the Ruby might be caught out in a very bad position. Meanwhile, on the other side, we do see that the Arlet is the next to fall to the tower as it's coming in from the side of Yuzhong. There is a straight out post of that Kana as the Ruby is spotted out. So it is there. The Black Dragon form already used up. Will Ruby be able to sustain enough? No pitch. About time for her to go down as well, and that is 3 members down for the side of Tren. Orba, they have a minion wave coming down. The Wella does block down the Fanny. Will it be enough to take it down? No, it is not. The Aurora, nice Guardians, nice Frozen Glacier, able to take out the Claude in that entire skirmish over there and reduce the pressure that Orpa have been giving for the last 10 minutes. A little bit of breathing ground for the red team, as the blue team does keep their aggression, keep their lanes in check. They want to take more team fights over here, and the surge does come out. Catches one, but it's not enough to actually continue this fight. The Edith does get stunned up, but the Aurora cannot do much over there. We have the blue buff getting contested now. This is very important for the Fanny. We do have the Evil Queller spotting out a few members. Now the Fanny goes in for the blue buff on the side of the enemy team, which is a very smart play. Good coming in from the Egypt, but the Carmilla is just barely fast enough to actually get out of that. The Prince Glacier does get beated out. Now the Confused coming in. The Black Dragon form all used up. They want to go in for this team fight. They might catch a few people over here. Ruby is in a tight spot, but the rest of Orpa are not there to follow up. This might be bad for the Black Dragon. Yuzhong might be the first to fall in this entire team fight. Will it be enough? No, the Shah is keeping him alive as the whole team fight breaks out. That movement is already falling for the side of Orpa. Standing able to catch 2 in exchange. That is a 4-4-2 trade. Really coming out on top in this entire skirmish. Initially it looked good for the side of Orba, but Tren were able to make plays and actually get a few kills here and there and make things slightly even as the goal lead steadily declines. They immediately decide to go for this turtle now. God is present, he needs to be a little bit careful. He does not have the wind of nature, so it will be very risky. The Fanny is pretty low coming in. He does get executed, but that is a bad misplay from the Claude, as Ruby able to pick up that Lord as well as Aurora, taking out the gold laner for the side of Orpa. Ooh, some good back and forths happening over here. We have the Lord spawning up in the bot side, as the Ruby going in with another I'm offended just to test out the waters, especially against the Yuzhong. Now the Yuzhong cannot really defend much about this, but he does have the rest of his team present. Let's see what happens here, as the mid wave already getting cleared up. The rest of Tren just trying to leverage the win that they just had, a massive win you could say, as the gold lead completely diminishes. Ruby is solo in the bot side. He has potential to just spin a little bit as the Lord hit the minion. He does get fought off by one member, the Primal Wrath already coming out from the side of the Ether. Will it be enough to take down the Ruby? It does chunk her halfway through, but that is an ultimate already extended. Meanwhile, the waves are starting to crash in, so the late game is starting to be felt by both teams over here as the heroes start doing massive damage. Even the rumors on both sides stacking up the damage. As we do see the Blazer does come out, will it be enough? Nope, he does not find anyone. Trying to zone away, as both teams now playing it pretty safe. Trying to get their waves in sync. Do some well accounted fights over here. Then Suyo already spots out the Ruby also spots out the Suyo, so it's going to be an even trade when it comes to vision. Yuzhong does catch none over there, is forced to retreat. Teams like Orpa, they do lose the Claude in the bot set, planning to pick that off, and this might just be the go signal from the side of Tren, as the Curse of Blood does lock onto 2. This is going to be pretty bad, as the Yuzhong is very tight. Sana does get fought off in that entire fight, as the Ruby is going very aggressively over the panic in that entire skirmish as well. We do have the Caesar there to fall. Remember, the are pretty low, as Yuzhong does take down the Carmilla, but does fall in the process. Fanny also taken out by the turret. That is just the Soyo available for the side of Orphan. Now a good turnaround potential over here, but minions are not in lane yet. They are slowly marching down the bot side, and Tren, they might take this bot inhibitor and start backing off, trying to put pressure elsewhere. But it seems like Studio does not want to let that happen. They do lose a tier 2 in the mid side, but that is quite a bit of damage control. Now it seems like Tren, they are in a better position to actually start putting pressure on the side of the blue team. Orba need to be a little bit more careful and aware of where the standing is. The Lord spawning up right now. This is going to be very interesting. We already see that the Ruby is in position. The Ruby is going in very aggressively. He's not wait for his team, so there's not much follow-up coming in with the second skill. But he's kind of going in as well. And poke around, test the waters. Carmilla, she also knows the potential. She's able to sustain quite a bit. So these two frontliners are going to make a huge difference when it comes to team fights. We have to watch the positions coming in from both sides, or Suyo already spots out Mickey. Caught off in the top set. The side of the team, they are trying to get back to the EXP leaner. This might not be good, he needs to back off. This is the Lord already started, the Lord dance has begun. As the rest of the try to get into position, now the Aurora does get fought off as there. Where the blood does get under 2, so it's the first game here. Will it be enough to be strong as the first fight? Fall as the double kill is picked up by the Fanny, and this good for the side of Tren.
Mega kill!
Not good for the side of Orpa, as Tana is next to fall with that. That is a free Lord available for the side of Tren. the red team showing their late game mechanical dominance. They did not lose faith in due to that early game. They were ready to take this all out. That is the mid inhibitor falling. Two members that put in the pressure over here. As this Lord does not put down yet. Again, without a marksman. That's a lot of pressure going into the side of Lord. That's really careful with our Lord honestly understanding that the final word to do with Lord and take it to their favor and immediately spawn in that mid lane. Whether or not Tren had it planned, it did work out in favor for them. Now Orpa, they need to be careful here. Or Academy. They might potentially lose this game if they do not plan out their positioning well. With something like the Carmilla still available, the risk is very high over here. The Lord is there in the face of Black Dragon form already used up the Fanny. They'll come in, but the Lord gets threaded down. They do have the squad to do that. They don't try to beat down the Aurora, but it's not enough. Carmilla takes the first blood, and the Carmilla does land one of the left side. The Lord doing his work, trying to do quite a bit of damage over there, but the Ruby with the unstoppable and the double kill that these four members down will then kind of be able to defend this on her own. Does not seem to the winter strong fire in some time, but a triple kill for the Ruby is enough to win Crash Industry
Victory!
match. With that, we come to a close to this match. We will come back to you with a little bit of a break before the fifth match of tonight. So viewers, do stay tuned as the Vortex of Legends best of 64, round of 64 will be back. Hello, hello. Welcome back, guys, to the Vortex of Legends round of 64. I'm your caster, Juventus. Again, we are back joined with Shinryu. Are you here? That was awkward. Well, yes, sir. Sorry about that. just, just fixing the things up out here, Just a little bit. And yeah, as he does fix up his things over here, we have then players for the next match flooding in. We do have FSNP New Gen versus Lifestyle Legend, Legend Lifestyle. We have the new generation of Fusion Prime versus Legend Lifestyle going up head to head this time around. Let's see what both teams have in store. Once the teams do come in, we will be going immediately into the matches. I hope everybody in the chat are ready. They are excited. Remember, guys, to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and do follow us as we continue on with the Vortex of Legends. So, Ryu, any comments?
Sir, the tournament has been going pretty smoothly so far. We are, already in the third day for the round of 64. We saw some amazing games already taken place today and the days before. So I feel like we are really, going to have a very hyped tournament in the near future when the round of 32 will begin. And yeah, tonight, even more games are on the way right now. Like you mentioned, Team FNSP Next Generation, the newer Fusion Prime, will take on against Team Legend Lifestyle. So this is one of those games, we need to be watching and, observing very careful, because this team can be one of those, top 8 teams in the tournament going forward. So let's see what will happen. And yeah, apart from that, we already had a giveaway for our viewers, and although we did not reach the 350 mark like we, imagined we would, but it is still not a far-fetched dream, I believe, isn't it, Quentin?
Indeed. So, viewers, do subscribe so that we hit that milestone, and also you guys get a reward at the end with a possible future giveaways for both sides, as we do enter the match between Fusion Prime and
The Immortal One chose me to vanquish the shadows that plague this world.
Yes, sir, and pretty fast ban is coming in from the side of Team FNSP. The Shuyu getting banned here. Quentin, what do you think about that?
Well, last game we did see Shuyu being played pretty well. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to actually win the game, but
Sand rises
does
when I give
have
the word.
a very good mid-game presence, which can actually break the momentum for most teams. So it's a decent ban coming in, as Legends Lifestyle, they do respond with the Khalid.
Yes, time and again that Khalid always, proves that presence on the map, giving so much pressure into those, leading, and even like after, going for those lane cuts, able to come into those team fights, so prominently and so effectively, really disrupting the, backline of the opponent team. Something, those teams want to avoid going against.
As the Kata Kacha does get banned out as well, which is interesting. They do not want to go up against a Gatot who's been doing very well. As we were talking about EXP laners, just creating that presence. The Avatar of the Guardian being such a huge ultimate, especially in team fights, as well as the 4vs.
Absolutely. I mean, the 4vs is nothing new for, these tournaments to get banned. Some of those teams really, able to,
True love.
like, I would say,
like
abuse
blood.
that sustain from that 4vs. And yeah, with that, the Carmilla ban coming in already.
Yep, with the Carmilla being banned out, it seems like FSNP, they do want to go in for some heavy hitting composition over here. That is something that they could go for. Again, the chip is still available.
Still waters run deep.
Instead, Legends Lifestyle, they decided to ban out the Ling. Let's see what FSNP have to take for their first pick here.
I think, I predict it can be a chip very well, because the Carmilla is ban one of those counters towards that chip, so it is a very big possibility for that chip getting picked here as the first pick for FNSP next gen. And if they want to pick something else, it could be those mages, those are open for the take.
My kiss grants you
Speaking of mage, they do
immortality
take the
by
Alice.
death.
Now that's a very important flex pick. So Kenny on the gold lane Alice is going to be very interesting to see what happens here. As Legend Lifestyle, they do lock in that Lucian first as they wait for the second pick.
Yes, you open those heroes, strong meta heroes, they will get picked. That is the game right now, and for these tournaments, these heroes are nothing new. They are the, meta picks for most teams for those composition to work out. And yes, with Ruby getting locked, the answer back would be that Valentina from the side of FNSP.
Valentina, a very good pick, especially when there's something like the Zushin, when there's something like the
shortcuts in life.
Ruby.
I literally invented one.
Take away those faults, and here is the chip we were talking about. Finally getting locked in.
Yes, sir. I feel that's such a good two picks coming in, getting that chip and also denying that steal away from that Carmilla's ult. So this is something a very good draft coming in from the side of Team FNSP right now.
Now let's see what Legends Lifestyle have to actually respond to this. They do see the chip, they see the Alice, they see the Valentina. With that, they need to really think about where this Ruby is going to be going. Will it be still present in that roam position, or will they put it onto the gold lane? That is still left to be decided as they lock down on their last pick.
Yes, and that is going to be that Raphael out here. Okay, interesting pick. Didn't expect that Raphael to come out so early into the trap, but that will, prove one thing, that this Ruby will not go to that roam position in this game.
Indeed, and last match, the Who was pretty excited to see a Raphael being shown. Sadly, he's not here for this round, but that is a Raph going to be going to the roam position for the side of Legends Lifestyle as they come into the second phase of the bans.
Yes, that extra bit of mobility, that extra bit of sustain will be very important to get, in those team fights, during those team fights, that Alice can jump into the back line. This should be most probably a goal in Alice so far, as the pick suggests. Like, they can flex it though, regardless of that hero being a very, flexible hero, but it does shine mostly on that goal lane compared to the jungle position in this current meta.
Indeed, an alpha ban coming out as well. I feel like the alpha would work out well for the side of Legends Lifestyle, but they don't want to take any risks here. As Fusion Prime, they are still available to ban out a few more junglers. Yep, as they do, they take out the Julian.
Yes, and with that, 4 junglers already getting banned from both the teams, and this does, leave those only, like, very few junglers open, such as the Bean and probably our Xbox jungle coming into this game, maybe.
Few heroes that we are missing out, the Hayabusa and the Fanny, are still available. If they don't ban it out, those are still 2 strong junglers still up and available for both teams, especially since they've already locked their roam.
Magic is my life.
That could be the case. I completely missed out on those heroes. Like you mentioned, the Fanny could be something very difficult to deal with out here. So is the Hayabusa, very disrupting presence on that backline. So I think that could be a very big possibility for these teams to play with. And yeah, with that, the Harith band and one more ban could be towards that goal lane, could be towards the jungle. We have to wait and see for that here, Quentin.
In my dream world.
Well, it is the goal lane as the Lunox is taken off the board. Surprisingly, Legends Lifestyle did ban out the one hero that could work well against the Alice in the gold lane, that is the Harith, but they might have something planned instead. Now we are entering the second phase. The picks, EXPs are still up and available. This Ruby could also be flexed into that EXP position, so we have to see what Legends Lifestyle have to actually decide on their picks over here.
They should go most probably for a jungle pick out here. I believe they can leave that EXP lane open for the last pick, but they are hovering that carry, and that will just prove one thing. This Ruby is going to that EXP lane and that carry to the gold lane here in this game. So, Quentin.
interesting. The carry is a pretty tanky marksman all alone, so she is able to output enough damage and drop some tanky picks from the side of Fusion Prime New Gen.
desperately needs.
As Yuzhong immediately gets locked in, and they are hovering the Hayabusa as well. Again, what's your thoughts on the last big junglers coming in? For both teams, actually.
Like you mentioned, the Hayabusa was open and it did get big. So this Hayabusa will, disrupt that mage most probably. Is a very direct counter towards that Zushin in most of the cases. Zushin just have, that one dash from her ultimate, and the flicker alone can't be, very wouldn't be enough for her to, get away from all those engages coming in. So this Black Dragon is another threat for that backline.
Yep, as we do come right into the last pick, the jungler for the side of Legends Lifestyle. The Fanny is still available. Instead, we see a Tren. My goodness.
Oh no, I don't like that jungler pick from the side of Team Legend Lifestyle in this game. Those dive heavy composition, and with this tanky hero, which is kind of nerfed pretty heavily in the last patches, and I don't know if they can make it work in this game here, Quentin. And with that, the drafts are locked in. Which draft do you think is more potent for this game?
Looking at how the draft went, I do favor Fusion Prime New Gen with that Hayabusa, with the Alice Gold and the chip. And as you were saying, the Fredrin, yes, they did need a front line for the side of Legends Lifestyle, but would Fredrin be that one hero that could make the difference over here? We have to see as we enter the Land of Dawn.
Yes, sir. I know this could be just me, but I would feel like the Barretts could be a better pick in this game, able to sustain a lot more, and also that, ultimate from that Barretts could have been quite better instead of that Fredrin in this game, but that's just me, and the game has already begun. The standard rotation coming in already here.
Yep, both junglers starting off with the red buff. We can already see that the Rafaela, trying to get a little bit of vision, does spot out that the Hayabusa has started off with red as well. So that is some information.
Yes, sir. With the Lunox being banned, the only counter team Legend Lifestyle had was that carry towards that, as in the late game this carry is something team Legend Lifestyle have to rely on for their damage output, as they have the tanky jungler for their composition. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, engage probably could take place.
There is a bit of a skirmish going on over there, but it seems like both teams decide to disengage instead.
Yes, I feel like, for the power spike for team Legend Lifestyle, they have to wait for that mid to late game. They need those items, they need those, their heroes to come online before they could do something on the bot lane. Meanwhile, 1v1
turns into a 2v2 with a tip available. Now the Ruby taken very low, but the rest of his team is there, and the pressure is relieved for now. But the rotation coming in from FSNP, this could be a little bit of a risk over here. The rest of Legends, there the flicker coming in from the chip, but it's not enough to actually catch out the Ruby. The Hayabusa with the Ouija shadow kill, but the flicker from the Ruby is able to sustain him out. The Fredrin doing pretty well over there, and surprisingly, Rafaela picking up the first blood onto the chip. Now the Zushin is also present and available. There is no Ouija, there is no shadows coming in from the side of the Hayabusa. He might have it available now.
They are indeed very low on the bot lane, but this Fredrin will fall from the turret damage here, and that should give Team FNSP the priority for this turtle here.
Indeed, a little bit of a misstep. They did not see who was taking much damage. Now the Yuzhong is pretty low. The I'm offended does come out, but it's not enough as the Black Dragon form comes in, and the turnaround from the side of FSNP. Will they be able to get a kill over here? Nope, they are not, but that is enough time for the Hayabusa to actually secure the first neutral objective of the game.
Yes, and with that, the scoreboard is pretty even right now. Both the teams with a score of 1-1. The goal lead is slightly favoring the side of Team FNSP so far. Just a 400 to 500 goal lead, and it will get expanded soon if they just lose on those neutral objective, making those mistakes like the extended turret dive, like just now, which happened.
Indeed, as we are now waiting for that snowball to actually begin from the start of the Hayabusa. That is true. The Fredrin does not have that much snowball potential than the Hayabusa. So it'll be very interesting how this game is played out.
Absolutely. Something to watch out for is the top lane. There's going to be a lot of pressure coming in. As you can see, our 3-man rotation already towards the top lane.
Yup, but Legend Lifestyle, they already scouted it out. They are trying to get it back into pace over here, but the Rafaela might just get caught off in that skirmish, and Pip is the one who secures that kill.
And that was without even the Ogi Shadow kill. Meanwhile, the carry is dealing some damage towards that. Alice won't be enough. The rotation is coming on onto the top lane.
But will it be enough? The shadows from the Hayabusa into the Ouija Shadow kill. It does take the Fredrin pretty low, but he does have his ultimate to keep him healthy. The chip is the first to fall in that fight. Dallas is taking quite a bit, but will it be enough? Yuzhong pretty deep into it. Gary doing out quite a bit of damage. Takes the kill onto the Yuzhong, but the double kill from the Valentina is enough to make it sustain just a little bit, but the Zushin does take out the Hayabusa, and the Valentina does fall in the process as well. In that entire skirmish, it seems like that's an even trade for both sides.
Indeed, but Team FNSP did walk out with a better bargain for that, engage with getting 4 members down for the side of Team Legend Lifestyle, but the neutral objective still up for the take. Neither team are going for that, but on the top lane, a 1v1.
Harry getting very low. She might just barely able to survive. The Rafaela coming in right on time. She does miss the Holy Baptism, but it is enough to deter the rest of FSNP back. This turtle is still up and available for grabs, but with the carry going back, Legends Lifestyle, they are at 1 member down.
Yes, sir. The bot lane inhibitors got all the gold shield taken off by that Yuzong, and that is a lot of gold, giving them the 2k gold lead already into the 5-minute mark in this game. The turtle will get walked on here, Quentin.
Yep, with the rotation coming in from the Fredrin, by the chip, as the Rafaela tries to go in with the Holy Baptism, miss completely. Is not enough, as that is the second turtle taken away.
Yes, this the Tren is able to connect that oppressor rat pretty well, but still so far there's not enough damage on the mid lane. There's a skirmish going on.
There is a huge fight breaking out on both sides of the map. The Illusion is able to pick off the Valentina. Ruby picking that fight. The shortcut from the tip is there. The rest of FSNP do collapse onto their mid side, but it's not enough. Hayabusa trying to go in, but sees no opportunity. There's a fight breaking out. Fredrin does lock down the tip, but now the Appraisal's Wrath, not enough damage yet. The Holy Baptism does catch out the Yuzhong. Meanwhile, on the backside, we see that the Ouija Shadow kill. A nice flicker from the Zushin keeps her alive. Now, the Alice in between 4 members, but it's not enough sustain. She is pretty low. Zushin able to pick her up, and that's a killing spree over to the carry. A lot of gold going in the right places for the side of Legends Lifestyle.
Absolutely, and like I mentioned a while ago, this carry will only scale as the game goes on. A nice flicker, I am offended, will take down that Zushin. Okay, amazing mechanism coming in from that Ruby in this game. Not that Ruby, but that Valentine, I'm sorry, I misspoke out there.
Well, that was the I am you. So Gunner playing it very well, good flicker indeed, as that does give FSNP their little bit of an edge. Back.
Yes, back to what I was saying, this carry just gonna scale. He already has 3 kills in his bag, and with those skills and those items being locked in, just a DHS got completed by this carry. He's just gonna scale as the game goes into the, this mid game and to the late game as we are walking slowly towards that side.
Yup, we do see that the shortcut from the chip was baited out. Dio to that shortcut, but now look at the Fredrin's positioning. He is pretty off over there. The Hayabusa is able to get out of that entire bad skirmish, but the Yuzhong gets pulled back into the Holy Baptism. Will he be able to sustain? Black Dragon Form is able to keep himself alive for just a little bit longer, as the rest of Legends, they do decide to jump onto the Hayabusa, and that is Xenox going down.
Absolutely, this Zushin is putting in so much work into this team fights. Those lantern flares are so on point, getting those members back. And this last turtle of the game should probably go to Legend Lifestyle as they have the jungler available for their side. And with that, the mid lane, some action.
Yep, the Yuzhong does go in, but in the exchange we do see that the Ruby is the first to fall in that fight. Alice picking that up, but the Valentina does go down as well. The chip gets very low. Carry trying to get a little bit more damage in. Does not get the kill onto the chip, but the Hayabusa trying to go back in. The Alice, look at that sustain coming out from her. Will it be enough? As the Hayabusa is present, Swedish Shadow Kill does take on the Rafaela.
Yes, that is a good comeback fight for the side of Team FNSP so far. They were leading in the gold department, but right now the gold is going to even out with these engages, going to the side of Team Legend Lifestyle. Them picking up the turtle really gave them the, the window for them to, get back into this team fights. And yeah, like I mentioned, this carry is sitting on a 5-0-2, just gonna scale further into this game. On the top lane, one more engage, maybe potential, but the Tip decides to just back off. Then he knows that his team is not ready yet. The items are not locked in as such. You have to be a little bit more careful now, Fusion Prime New Gen. Yes, sir. This Valentina, despite getting those good ultimate, those, Flicker I'm Offended has not been so potent into this team fights. We haven't seen too much of this Valentina making those plays. However, the opponent mage, his counterpart, is doing a lot of work for those team fights, able to have her presence known. And yeah, I think it's time for Gunnar to step up a bit for those team fights as the game is progressing towards that mid to late game. Indeed, as we are entering that mid to late game phase, it seems like Legends, they are feeling confident, they are feeling good. There is no position to make mistakes as the Ruby comes in with the I'm Offended. Is it sustain just a little bit more, but not enough damage to take down Valentina. Gunnar with an I'm Offended of himself. He does not catch anyone. Now, a team fight does break out over there. The President going in pretty aggressively. Valentina might fall. The Rafaela able to catch that out as the Luigi Shadow Kill does lock onto many members, but is not enough to pick up any kills over there as the Hayabusa has to retreat by just poking the rest of Legend Lifestyle. Yes, that was a good, use of that flicker and ultimate from that Lucian, and the Hayabusa wants to go back in onto that carry. You have to burn that flicker to survive from the damage of the Hayabusa. Another fight on the mid lane. It's not enough. The Holy Baptism connects directly. There is no shadows for the Hayabusa, and that does take down the jungler again. Now the Yuzhong trying to go in for a re-engage. The shortcut does come out from the chip. The rest of Legend Lifestyle are pretty low, but here is Fusion Prime. Will they be able to sustain this long enough? Nope, the carry with so much damage able to get a monster kill onto the Alpha, onto the Alice, that is still 5 members up as 3 members get faded out for the side of Fusion Prime. Yes, and things are not looking too good for the side of Team Fusion Prime. I mean, they lost 3 members, and that's just gonna get even worse as Team Legend Lifestyle are walking onto that Lord. This carry is looking good to take this game away from the Team FNSP. If they don't do something about her, things can go south for them. Yup, the new gen, they have to step up over here. They need to be a little bit more careful in the team fight. They cannot go for those blind skirmishes, as you could say. Without proper positioning, it's going to be very tough for them to actually get into actual winning positions. They have to play around the chip a little bit more and wait for their team to actually scale up enough to actually sustain the damage, especially from the carry. Yes, the carry is a direct counter towards those tanky heroes, and Team FNSP have those 3 tanky heroes, and this Hayabusa, despite trying his best to mark those heroes, but another kill for that carry, and that is the Yuzong gonna fall right before the Lord going marching down from the top lane. And yeah, with that, I think there could be a potential engage onto the bot lane. Yep, the Hayabusa is left solo to defend, but it seems like Legends, they just want to take down the turret. They want to end this game as quickly as possible. The Shadow Kill does come out, but the Wind of Nature, very good usage of the Wind of Nature. It does get baited out, but that is few more turrets falling for the side of Fusion Prime next gen. Yes, and that's just with the level 1 Lord. I tell you again, Quentin, this level 1 Lord is being used pretty, decently for the side of Team Legend Lifestyle. They are going onto that Hayabusa, knowing pretty well that he does not have that Oki Shadow kill, and Yuzong going in.
This is going to be a little bit risky. We already have the Lantern Rise already used up by the Zushin. But they do get the inhibitor. They are happy with that trade, and they decide to back off over there. The Ruby might be overextending just a little bit, baiting out some things. Here is the quad shadow kill. But the Hayabusa is not enough to actually have enough damage to take down any members right now.
Yes, like I mentioned, that was the maximum output from that level 1 Lord, able to get down that base turret from the side of Team FNSP, and that bot lane turret is just one hit away. I think they do not even need a minion to, get the turret down, but the fight might go on as there is a potential on the bot lane.
There is something happening over here. The I'm Offended does miss out, but the Shadow Kill does come in. The Wind of Nature able to keep the carry alive still. Meanwhile, that turret does fall in the bot side as well. The Holy Baptism connecting 1-to-1 is enough to take down the Hayabusa. Now there is a Black Dragon form, but the chip falls in the process. The shortcut not enough. The carry having such good damage to get the legendary onto the Yuzhong. And that is 2 members still up and available. But will it be enough? The minions do fall as the Alice comes in pretty well. Is able to get 1. Has the crown to keep itself alive, but the Valentina is the next on the chopping block. As Kenny now alone trying to defend his base against 4 members on the side of Legends Lifestyle, but it does not seem to be enough as Legends Lifestyle take away this game and enter the round of 32.
Absolutely, Quentin. I think I spoke too soon for Team FNSP, giving them the better phrase out here, but Team Legend Lifestyle will prove me wrong and all the viewers wrong, those who are supporting FNSP, and they will be the one, eliminating Fusion Prime Next Gen from this tournament right in the round of 64. Like some of those big upsets are already taking place out here in the tournament here, isn't it?
Indeed, some good upsets. Interestingly, Legends Lifestyle, they do win this match and move on to the next. But with that, we do have the next match also waiting to get activated here. This is again going to be Fusion Prime against Prime AOG.
Yes, sir, and this is gonna be the main lineup. So I believe the one with the OG members from Team FNSP, but their opponents should not be underestimated. Just how Legend Lifestyle proved themselves in this game.
Indeed, and with that, with a short break, we will be back for the next match with you guys. Stay tuned as we will shortly be back.
Yes, sir.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the stream. The Vortex of Legends Season 2, round of 64 does go with full swing as we bring to you the next match, Fusion Prime versus Prime AOG. I'm your caster Venton with my co-host, Sinri.
Hello, everybody. We are finally back for the next match, and this is gonna be one of those, action-packed games as we have Team Fusion Prime and Team Prime AOG. Let me mention you guys, Team Fusion Prime did win the, last season's this Vortex of Legends season 1, and they had a different lineup. They had some different players, but this time they are again back. They are your old champions from the last season, so let's see how will they fare in this game. And with that, we will soon dive into the match. As for our Vortex of Legend, this is the day 3 for the round of 64, and if you guys haven't subscribed yet, you should. And tell them why they should here, Quentin.
Indeed, as if we do hit the milestone of 350 subscribers, there will be viewer giveaways. So if you guys want to begin off with the giveaways, remember to subscribe, like the stream, and do enjoy yourselves in this season 2.
Absolutely. As we already had a winner today, I guess it was Kyra from our live stream, and that man really put in the efforts and work. I saw him relentlessly, supporting the stream, the players, and giving his output on the game. And so that is something we would love to see from our rest of viewers. Some those engagement from your side really give us better feedback, better ideas, and better ways to improve ourselves and bring you back, guys, some the improved version of our tournament as well.
Indeed, and now the defending champions will have another chance at defending their title. We do enter the next match between Fusion Prime and Prime AOG. I guess we are ready, aren't we, Shin?
Absolutely. We are just waiting for the final member to hit the ready button, and if you guys haven't been ready to watch this match, then get ready in the meanwhile, because you guys should not go anywhere, when the match is up, because this is something you need to watch, need to learn, need to see how our defending champions would fare in this match. And I guess we are more than ready to go into the drafting phase. And yes, we are just few moments away for it to start here.
Indeed, as we do enter, yes?
We haven't entered yet, but we will. And for anybody who's asking for the prize pool for this tournament, it is 30,000 diamonds. And that's going to be divided among the top 3 teams of the tournament. And we will give you guys the further information about our tournament's prize pool, tournaments update, the matches and everything on our Instagram page. So if you guys haven't checked that yet, you should. And if you guys haven't followed that, then you're missing out on so many things. The next tournaments updates will be given there, and you should look out for that.
Yup, and without any further ado, let us enter this exciting match between the defending champions of Fusion Prime versus Prime AOG.
Who said there are no shortcuts in life? I literally invented one.
Or will AOG show who's the better among the primes?
Absolutely, and the chip ban coming in right away. That's one hero down, and let's see what will team AOG answer out here. I think they can go for that EXP ban. The Khalid is something they want to avoid getting, giving the opponent in the first phase.
When I
and
give
with
the
that,
word.
there is the Khalid ban here, Quentin.
Yup, things are going pretty standard over here, and I think so these are the types of bans that we'll be seeing throughout the tournament. If there is no meta shifts in between a new patch notes coming out, maybe possibly, as we do enter the second ban that FSNP can really take out. Again, heroes like the Aurora, the Lings, the Hayabusas, junglers, mages, even the EXP laner, exactly like the Phobians, are off the board.
I don't think so. We have to talk about it again. It's pretty self-explanatory why these heroes are getting banned. Their presence are known throughout the land of Dawn, and these heroes are something which those players are tired of getting, playing against, and yes, this is something very natural to see those heroes getting banned in this
The
banning
Immortal One
phase.
chose me to vanquish the shadows
Yup,
that
the
plague this world.
also gets taken away. It's nobody's play, as he has been doing pretty well. We are yet to see a team actually completely dominate. I mean, we did see one team completely dominate with the Shuyo, but that is one in quite a few teams this time around. So let's see what Fusion Prime have to answer back on their last ban of this first phase.
I mean, times when the shoe is open, we get the answer why it should be banned, and that is something we just see in the rest of these matchups. And the next ban is that Zushin in the mid lane.
Shin was the reason for the downfall of Fusion Prime next
Magic
gen.
is my life.
FSNP want to follow in the footsteps of their younger brothers and decide to ban it out, whereas AOG take out the Harith as well. Now, FSNP decide on their first pick.
Yes, they're just teasing with that pick, and the Mia that is left open is something, teams can exploit in this current meta. It is that rising star. I don't know what secret buff did she receive, but it's something I'm seeing so often that I'm getting tired of those Mia picks all through the ranked games.
Well, I believe that is not a secret buff, but more so the change in how the gold lane playstyle does go through. Ling is picked up, but as I was saying, the Mia is a hero that all she needs to do is get gold on her and basically shred the enemies. And that's the playstyle of the current gold lane. So that's why she's been picked quite a bit.
I do agree with you on that. And that's something, I mean, like that something was existing, previously as well, but it's just the shift in the meta, and that hero was not picked in the higher rank, and right now it is being picked in the tournaments and all. So that is something we didn't get to see very often, but the big Ling being picked from the side of Team Fusion Prime Breeze on that hero is something we know what he can do. But to answer back is the Kufra and the Ruby. Indeed, Breeze, like a gust of wind, can come through with that Ling, but against the Kufra and a Ruby, two heroes that have good lockdown potential.
The hunter of all the evil gods!
As Bo, with the Edith getting locked in immediately.
A very flex potential hero, to be honest, for that edit, and they are hovering that
among the planes exists
even it'll get picked eventually, so that is some boxed play, things are not gonna go out of the box for the side of Team Fusion Prime, I believe.
Yup, the real world manipulation going to manipulate the side of AOG. This is just going to be a show of dominance from both sides. Let's see who comes out on top as AOG coming in with their last pick. Will they take up a mage of their own to actually counter, to actually respond to the draft coming in from the side of FSNP, or will they decide to go with something else?
They do have the Valentina open, a very good hero to steal away that real world manipulation for their own side, but they will not pick that, and they will go with the Louis instead here.
Interestingly enough, the Louis, with the draft that AOG are going for, it's a very aggressive position play composition. So the Louis does fit into the two heroes that have been elected. Now we have to see what they have to ban out in the second phase, as the Grok is the first goal.
We know what Crank is capable of doing that, doing to other teams on that hero, so that is not a very surprised ban for me. And the Alpha being banned is again a standard jungle ban, I would say, against that Ling.
Yup, he does. FSNP, they do want to limit the heroes that can actually out farm the Ling, and Alpha is being one of them. AOG need to take this very carefully. They still don't know where this Edith is going. It could be in the roam position, it could be gold, it could be even EXP. So they have to play very carefully. Let's see whether they go in for another EXP ban, or will they continue with the
My mission is to protect lives.
It is going to be another EXP ban with the high lows getting banned does have a flex potential, but most probably does shine better on that EXP lane. And I had a question, while we are on to this Louis pick, do you think those the ultimate pickoffs from that Louis, that is this I forgot the ultimate, this, what was it again, Quentin?
The distortion.
Yes, the distortion. No, not the distortion. The ultimate from
wait. My bad.
It was not a distraction. It was something other than that. And
so the diversion from the Louis. Yes. What about the
diversion play? Could it be something Team FNSP can suffer against, knowing that those plays can be the game changer in the late game? Just catching up the members just off guard while they're just clearing the wave and just just get picked off before those neutral objectives.
That is the potential of the low E, and that's always a constant fear when you're up against a hero like that who's got such a huge ultimate. So the diversion can pick off heroes in lanes as well as get behind the team of fnsp. For example, if the Eve puts down the real world manipulation, the rest of AOG, they can just diversion behind her and completely disrupt whatever they're planning to throw out here. Now with Hayabusa getting locked in, FSNP, they're locking in that Tig to counter the Shadow Man himself.
Victory is in sight.
Yes, sir. And the last pick would be that Moscow into that goal lane, So this is a draft locked in. They are not going for the normal two-fighter comp that we do see with the link being composed in a draft, but here in this game, we have to wait for the last pick for the side of Team AOG. I fear they need something to mark that Louis when she uses that real world manipulation out here.
Indeed, let's see what AOG have to pick for themselves. They still need to decide on where this Ruby is going. It seems like with this Argus being shown over here, the Ruby might be going to the gold lane.
Or is it gonna be a golden Argus instead? What do you think?
Ooh, that's also a very good potential, but
Light will fall prey
an Argus
to
against
shadow.
Mortal does not sound like a good time for the Argus, if you know.
Absolutely, but this Argus has so much flex potential, so does that Ruby, both could be used anywhere, but the answers to our questions will only be found in the Land of Dawn, as we are just 10 seconds away from there. And if you guys haven't known yet, this is a match between Team Fusion Prime and Team AOG out here in a best of one. The defending champions are gonna take Team AOG to see which team will come on top. And Quentin, take us to the Land of Dawn.
Yup, but before that, the internet has to catch up as we are getting ready to enter this. Looking at the drafts, I do favor Fusion Prime's draft all the most because, again, I like a Ling. What about you?
To be honest, I want to go with the underdog here. That Argus is something I'm really interested to see how does he do. But knowing this lineup from Fusion Prime very well, I know what they're capable of. They are the favorites to win out here.
Welcome
And
to Mobile Legends.
we have to know what our
5 seconds
this match
till the
will
enemy reaches
have
the
store
battlefield.
for us, and we are
Smash
in
them.
for the game here, Quentin.
All troops deployed.
Let's not count a second before they hatch as both teams enter the Land of Dawn. As we do begin this match, both sides starting off with their bot rotation dongles, and there's going to be standard rotations coming in from both sides for both teams actually. The early game should be pretty well maintained for the side of AOG as they do have a low E. They also have the Kofra, so it does reduce the amount of aggression that FSNP can really go for.
Yes, sir, and we finally get the answer to a long-standing question, which was where is those two fighters gonna go, and the Ruby is gonna take against that Moscow, whereas that Argus is gonna fight that Edit on the EXP lane. So nothing fancy, I would say, but there is that potential for that split push from that Argus in the late game. That is something team FNSP need to watch out for. But the rotation onto the bot lane already.
Yup, both bot and top are getting pressured a lot. We do see that there is a dive onto the Edith. Four already using the flicker, but the first blood gets picked up by the Kufra.
A little bit too overextended, overzealous from 4 to go in so deep without any vision. His team was on the top lane and he did not expect to get ganked so early on, just in the 1 minute and 30-second mark. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, the Kufra gets the jump connected. The damage from that Louis though.
The Louis just misses his first bin because of that minion wave, but it is possibly a little bit of a break over here. We are seeing that right now, AOG, they do have the upper hand by a slight sliver.
Yes, Breeze is able to maintain that lead onto the jungle, already level 5 before the turtle, the first turtle. The neutral objective has spawned onto the map, but neither of the team are making their way yet. We can see team FNSP are the first to go there, but with that we have to go in for a pause here.
Yeah, we do enter a pause. Again, this is to ensure that both teams have stable connections. Both teams are playing at their best performance. This is a best of one, so whoever loses this match, they are out of the tournament. So it needs to be taken very seriously, especially when it comes to the internet connections and player mechanics.
Absolutely, we do want to offer the best environment for these teams to battle it out, and we do not want to hand over any disadvantage to any teams. And yeah, as we are trying to maintain that, we are also, going to talk about that leniency, but also that strictness regarding the timing for the teams to show up for their, matched or the scheduled matches that they have.
Yep, I think so. We will be getting back into the game pretty soon over here, as both teams are in a constant conflict. Again, as I was saying, the early game should be pretty stable for the side of AOG, as they do have that damage of the low Yi compared to the Yi. So, what do you think about that?
Louis is something, which shines in the early game. Mostly late game, it does fall off, the heavy damage from those assassins and the fighters can be something Louis struggle against. Not having that blink skill is something Ruby suffers, but this turtle already being walked on.
Yep, for walking a little bit aggressively, does get the reset, and that does mean